really realize the exponential function and the halving of Bitcoin and what that's going to do now that the institutions, every institution is buying up 0.1% of all the Bitcoin out there. So we have 1,000 institutions that buy Bitcoin. There's all the Bitcoin gone. So I think it's really going to, I don't think we're even seeing the beginning of what's happening from these institutions. We're just seeing kind of the retail FOMO effects of seeing the institutions buy. And it's probably not for a few years where we're really going to see the price take off because of this.
Yeah, I think, when you look at the numbers, like I love to talk about this number, and this number a lot of people don't know we're talking about, which is
69.
No, 69. That's 34 plus 35. Thank you, Ariana Grande. So the thing is here is that 210%. That's how much Bitcoin that Grayscale, PayPal, Square, and one other company. I don't think it's Microsoft.
Cash App.
What's that?
Cash App.
Yeah, well, that's Square. The PayPal, Square, I believe, is MicroStrategy and Grayscale. Between those four companies, they're buying 210% of all Bitcoin being mined daily. Now, obviously, that doesn't make any sense because while you would think you could give 110% effort in a game, you can't actually do that. Math doesn't allow 210%. So what that means is, out of all of the Bitcoin that's being mined every day, 900 per day, they're buying 1,980 of them. Meaning they're buying up the total supply that's being created daily, plus they're dipping back into the circulating supply. And that's just four companies, My voice is a little sore. I've been yelling at the Falcons all day. But, that's more than is being made. And that math just equates to eventually there's not going to be any left. And the retail investors are might possibly be left behind. So I think that really tells a story. And I know a lot of people who are investing, family members that have heard me talk about Bitcoin forever, like they're finally getting on board, and they're getting on board because they see the money printing. They see it. People see it now. They understand it makes sense to them. It's not just all FOMO, but all these people are having the same thought, which is, oh God, should I get out any moment? Like it's pumping, like they're making a lot of money. Like they make $20,000. I think it's like a ton of money. And they're like, do I want to get out yet? And I'm with Randall. I mean, this is just the beginning of the beginning.
Dude, plus Coinbase is taking Bitcoin from Coinbase Pro to Coinbase custody to sell it to these people, like MicroStrategies and One River Group and the other one. They took all the Bitcoin from Coinbase Pro, where traders and people like us have access to it, and they're selling it to the institution. So there's going to be a time when there's no more available for us.
Well, they got rid of their margin trading over there, and I bet that might have something to do with why.
What do you think, Bill? About Bitcoin?
I think if Bitcoin takes out 26K, that it's going to go to 40. Right. Or 46K. I had to do this for CoinDesk where, I tracked using something called Fibonacci extension. Basically, it just tries to track what a parabolic move, market move does when it takes out all-time highs. I was kind of more in the camp of like a 24 to 26 range. But if they take out 26 and if our esteemed guests are correct and it's just a stampede.
What would stop it at 26 aside from the fib extension?
Well, that's it. Just chart. Yeah. There's nothing but chart points, but if
mythical lines, I love it.
The mythical lines, right. But the mythical lines don't mean anything, just like in 2017, right? When it took out the equivalent level in 2017, it just did a 1X. So, the same thing can happen. The only twist I put on it is I just saw a graph where they would measure the market cap of alts like 4 through 10 on the market cap chart. I think if big boy goes to 40K, that there are going to be a lot of other coins like, your Dashes, your Litecoins, your Bitcoin
Absolutely.
Cashes and whatnot. I mean,
now, Bill, if that happens, what happens to Bitcoin dominance? Do you expect the market to catch up in terms of alts, or do you expect alts to bleed?
I think the big alts are going to go along with Bitcoin, right? So, that includes, so I break it up this way, like the future of money, okay? As BitBoy said, they see the money printing now. So future of money is big alts, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, XRP, Dash, etc., right? ETH. And then I think the small alts, you're just going to buy them on dips, and we're going to have what are called DeFi days. You have snow days. Okay. You're off from school. So we'll have DeFi days where we're off from Bitcoin. Okay. Regardless of whether it's a 26K price or a 46K price. And then on those DeFi days, then you're going to have, monstrous rallies in things like synthetics, Aave, Yearn, Uni, DeFi blue chips, right? Because at the end of the day, I mean, I go through the PowerPoint, but the dollar's going lower and commodities are going up, and we've got the most valuable commodity of all, crypto.
Absolutely. Coach K, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I'm watching to see how it reacts when it gets to this 24, 25K level. I did short it just like yesterday when it kind of topped out.
You son of a.
Down. Yeah, I know. I'm a trader, man. I look for those short-term moves too. I'm always going to be a long-term Bitcoin bull, but took a quick short, made some profit. Today I saw it again. I was like, nah, I'll just leave it, and I didn't short it again, but I should have again. I think we're going to have what we had before when we were trying to get a crack 20K, where it's going to reject it a few more times, and then we could break it out. But also I'm like, with the looming, second wave COVID and not having all the vaccines and Christmas holidays and Chinese New Year, we kind of have to be prepared for, a dip, maybe not like a crazy one that maybe I was expecting to happen, but something to, kind of reset us, which would be very, very healthy for the market to go back to 20K. And then we could spring and go even higher. So I'm looking at both those things. But in terms of like this move, is Bitcoin done its bull run? Absolutely not. I think we're definitely going to go a lot higher. I just think that's going to happen in the new year.
All right, sounds good. Yeah. Okay.